Hi then guys, welcome back. It's LSP, day 43 of my challenge to take 150 to 10k. As always guys, it's my own personal journey and not trade advice, so don't fucking copy what I do. Anyway, the day, it is currently the 15th of March 2018, 10:48 a.m. I'm really tired, so I'm just going to kind of do a really quick review and then shoot off, and then we'll go into next week. I just posted a tweet about 10 minutes ago saying that my balance was at 150.39 or some shit. And you can see down here that it's at 147.29. I just opened a trade on Euro, long actually. Where are we? Literally just here on this tail spike. It was this one I think it was. As it was coming into, I took a long and I put a stop down here, and then I just closed it straight away. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to wait for the news release and see what happens. I'm not feeling that great, to be honest, so maybe it might be a good idea to just take a step back today and probably just go into the weekend at 147.29 and then start fresh next week. But we'll see. This is a challenge account. I am pushing the boundaries of what I would normally do, trading anyway. So we'll see. Just to update you on the gold trade, as you know, if you've been following along, I opted to take an early entry on gold. I did want it to pop through here a little bit and then come back in because, to be fair, and just to explain this, there's a couple of things, guys, right? And I'll preface by saying you guys don't obviously know me. Nobody really knows who I am. This is just something that I'm just putting out there, like I've said many times before, and I'm not going to over exhaust it. To just kind of just show some stuff, and just see if I can pull it off. And that's probably the last time I'm going to mention it because it's becoming exhausting now. I'm getting DMs and some people are just talking. Anyway, do you know what? Whatever. It is what it is. The point is, I opted to use the profits that I'd already made to try and get the account balance. What I'm trying to do, guys, I'm trying to get the account balance to a point where the numbers make more sense to me. And I keep saying this over and over and over again. If I can get to around about 500, things can open up just a little bit more, and I can start to see increases that I'm more used to seeing. Because I use a little bit bigger size on my main account. Anywhere from 1 full standard lot to 3 full standard lots. And it does make a difference, guys. It does make a difference. And that I'm not trying to hide my losses, or this is not one of those things where I took a hit, so I'm just trying to justify it. I don't need to justify it because everybody can see it. I'm not hiding it, basically. So I'm pushing it a little bit too much, basically. And I've said this a few times in some other review videos. I'm kind of over pushing it because I'm trying to get to a higher amount so I can trade a bit more freely. And this is where the patience factor comes in, and it's good that this is happening because it shows what trading is really like, the ups and the downs. The interesting thing is, and this is something that I've found, because this challenge is unbelievable for me personally as a evolving trader, because even having traded for so many years and blah blah blah, and I do make money on my main account. And here's the interesting thing: when I trade my main account, I don't I don't trade like this on my main account. I'm bizarrely enough, I'm very patient. I wait for the levels to get hit. I'll mark something off. And generally I'll take 1 to 2 trades a week. But I haven't taken a trade for almost 2 weeks. The last trade I took on my main account was a euro trade at 29 pips. I haven't taken a trade since. Because the markets just aren't doing anything. They're not setting up the way I really want to, and then there's just no follow through when they do set up the way that I want to. It's kind of getting a little bit challenging, so I don't want to be I want to be able to do a review video every day and at least show something, and maybe that's part of the problem. Because, like I said, if I was to trade the way that I trade my normal account, I wouldn't have done a video for almost 2 weeks. Maybe just an update to just say, oh guys, nothing's happening, see you later. And the whole point of this is a challenge. It's just, and again, if you notice, I've been going up and down on my balance. Yeah, I haven't been showing consistent profits throughout the entire challenge. I've been having these like really, really nice small grinds, you know, taking a shot, you see a big drawdown. Really nice grind, taking a shot, you see drawdown. Yeah, but I'm being very calculated in the way that I'm doing this, right? So I'm not going too much below my starting balance, and like I said, the interesting thing is that for me personally as a trader, using this challenge account is kind of showing what real trading is like for beginning traders who start with small balances and how challenging that can be. And the other thing that's interesting is because I've done this before. I've started with small balances of 500 or £1,000, and I've ran those up to, £2 grand, £5 grand. One I did. I started with, I think it was £200 if I remember, and I ran that up to around about 1,500 rather quickly. And just reflecting back on that, I was looking through my data the other day. It's really interesting because the times of year that I did that, or I've done these, have been sporadic throughout the year. So I can't even put it down to just the time of year. Maybe I got lucky. I don't know. Maybe I got lucky at those times. And just got that first initial boost, and then that just allowed me to just carry on from there. Who knows? But it's interesting to go back and forth with all of this stuff and see, how it all kind of pans out. So that's that, guys. That's the day 43 review. Not really much happening. The cable close. Yeah, let me just pop this line on here. I think this is a good spot. I think personally, talking another 38 pips lower. On the daily, this looks good for a pop higher, I think, and I still believe we're going up here. And you notice, guys, I always refresh my charts all the time, so I like to keep things clean. When you guys see what you see, then I refresh the charts. I do like a default setting again, and then I restart things. And this is why a lot of the stuff disappears, and then I put it back on. The gold I haven't. I've just kind of left it just to map out and do what I need to do with it. But yeah, cable I'm going to be keeping an eye on going into this weekend. I do think that these spiked, even today, spiked down yesterday and then the spike down today. I think it's going back up again. But maybe that last push lower is what we need, to take something here, maybe as a long. But we need to see the dollar, man. We need to see the dollar coming out of this shitty kind of consolidation. It needs to pop somewhere. And the only place that makes any sense to me to start with is down here, I don't think it needs to go back higher. It might do, I don't know. But I do think down here makes a lot more sense to me personally than it does, up here. You see, we made a lower high, lower high, lower high, another lower high. We just grinding up a little bit, maybe, an up and then a down possibly. I don't know. And maybe that's part of the problem why I can't seem to get any lift on the account, because there's no follow through on the dollar, and obviously dollar is king. So we just got to kind of excuse me. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I've got really bad allergies, guys. I'm allergic to, not allergic, but dust mites, they really piss me off. But, dollar is king, and until it kind of does whatever it's going to do, it's a bit of a challenge. So, we'll see. So I'll leave it there, guys. Sorry, I just want a quick look at the euro. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Look at the fucking state of this. Up, down, up, down, up, down. And it's getting kind of a little bit tighter. Just looking at the weekly. Again, I still think we're popping higher. See, the candles are getting smaller and smaller, precursor to a nice big move, I believe. And we're in a very strong uptrend. I don't think this is going low, and if it does go low, that's a buy for me. I think we're going higher. And the same thing with cable. And this is the challenge with trading. This side, it can be really, really frustrating sometimes. And why I'm so anal with my main account, because that's money that I worked really, really hard for, and I do not want to be taking trades that I don't believe in, or trades that could potentially take money out of my account. I'm not. It's not happening. Do you know what I mean? I like to be 95% sure that trade that I'm going to take on that account is going to be a trade that makes sense and that is going to work. We can't always guarantee it, but in that respect, in terms of the reason why I've just mentioned that is because I honestly believe we're going up here, right? And I keep saying it. I do believe, and I still believe that gold is going to hit 1341. I'm not changing my mind, But the issue is knowing where price is going to go, and that sounds arrogant, but let me just go with me. Knowing where price is going to go, and getting in is a bitch. It's very easy to just say, well, do you know what? To hell with it. I'm going to take an entry right here, and I'm going to put a, say, 300 or 400 pip stop to take, 1,000 whatever. I couldn't do that on this account, I could do it on my main account, but do I really want to be open that much, 400 pip move? So we try to find a low time frame entry. We go to the dailies and we try to find a way to get in. Now, obviously, and I'll obviously say this now, I'm never going to hold on for a fucking 1,000 pip move. It's never going to happen. But I'm trying to find some sort of a spot to get in on cable because I believe it's going to go to 140, 144, right? And on the daily, that's a range of around about 215 pips, which is a good weekly range. But until this does something, it's I can't do anything, So you see me getting in and out of trades. Forget the gold trade for a second, because obviously before then I was kind of grinding a few pennies here, a few pennies there. I wasn't. If you notice with the challenge account, it's not one trade 30 pips. I'm done for the week. You see me getting in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, and I'm making a few pennies here and making a few pennies there, and it is tiring. It is exhausting, but it's a grind. I'm trying to grind this account, and it's within all of this slop, this mess, on the dollar. We're not really getting the swings that we really need. So, like I said, just gonna take a breath today, reassess, reanalyze. What I might do is take the day and just do a complete breakdown from monthly all the way down to the 4 hour, just to kind of map out the way I like to do things, on my main account, because I've got profiles on the main account which just make my life so much easier, and they're already set up. So what I might do is I just might spend a couple of hours today, a little later on, and go through all of that, just try and kind of get an idea and a fresh perspective, again on the euro and the cable. Maybe the Aussie dollar, because Aussie dollar for me I think is going higher, and again I'm going to go on record and say this right now. I think, and when I say that, just so I know I'm bouncing around, but when I say I'm going on record and saying I'm putting myself out there, that's what I'm basically saying. I'm going to put myself out there, so people can ridicule me and call me a prick or call me full of shit, whatever. But I think based on what I'm seeing and some other stuff that I've been looking at, macro standpoint, I believe that the Australian dollar USD is going to be grinding higher for the next couple of months, at least to April or May. Okay, so I'm again trying to find a little entry, and you notice that I was in this and it went up and I made 40, 50 pips and it came all the way back down, and I just closed it out at a 50 pence loss or 60 pence loss or whatever it is, because I just wanted to stop and reset, where we're at, because I had too many positions open and I wasn't comfortable with that many positions open on this account. So, just trying to find an entry, trying to find a nice little entry, to also challenge myself personally to see if I can hold on to a big mover, and maybe it might be the cable 200 plus pips, or maybe it might be the Australian dollar, as a grind. Can you imagine? My God, can you imagine me getting into Australian dollar and fucking staying in it till bloody May? I don't think I'd have any, I'd literally claw my eyes out. But we'll see how it all pans out. Alright guys, so I'm going to call it there, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next review video, or the look ahead video, depending on which comes first. I might do the look ahead video early Friday evening. Alright guys, so take care, and I'll speak to you soon.